Hello, and welcome to the MoreCoin YouTube channel where we talk about all the ways we are stacking more coins. If you like today's video, hit like and subscribe and click that notification bell so you know anytime I drop a new video. Today, we are talking about PolyPup Finance and their layer 2 farm, PolyBone. Let's get into it, guys. First things first, let's head over to RugDoc and see what they have to say. When we click over to RugDoc, we can see here that PolyPup and PolyPup Bone both seem to have a RugDoc KYC, and RugDoc has assessed them both as a low risk. Let's find out what this RugDoc KYC is. It seems that RugDoc KYC is essentially a call, I'm assuming over Zoom, between one of the admins, one of the reviewers, and the dev from PolyPup, in which the dev produces a driver's license that bears a strong resemblance to himself. He also, through the dev wallet, sends a transaction to Baymax while sharing his screen to prove that it's him. This is better than most yield farms would do or have done, so I would definitely want to give them credit for that. But when I think of KYC, I think of having to send your driver's license or some other kind of identification to get verified somehow, usually like a bank account or something that strongly verifies your identity. Not some like, oh, McLovin ID situation with an ID that kind of looks like him through Zoom. Like that, to me, it makes the whole situation meh. But give them credit where credit's due. They took it a step further than I can't even think of another farm that's done this. So, all right, now let's head back over to their farm and check it out. We can see here that they have a market cap of 3 million, a total value locked of 12 million. They have 26,000 pups minted. I think that's adorable. I like dogs. Whatever. They've burned 3,200, have a circulating supply of 22,000, and a maximum supply of 31,000 pups, meaning they're going to hit that maximum supply pretty soon. If we head over to their farms, you can see here that they offer PUP USDC, PUP Matic, PUP Matic, PUP ETH, Matic USDC, and ETH USDC. Their pools, they're offering PUP Matic, DeFin, Link, Fish, Quick, ETH, Wrapped Bitcoin, Aave, DAI, USDT, USDC, and Polydoge. They are listed on QuickChart, DexGuru, DappRadar, CoinGecko, CoinStats, and VFAT tools. And the price right now is trading at $129 per pup. All right, now let's check out PolyPup Bone and see what they have to offer. There's no market cap. This token hasn't actually launched yet, but they've minted 501 so far. I guess they're going to do or try one of those fair launches. They have a maximum supply of 65,000 bones. If we head over to their farms, they're offering Bone USDC, Bone Matic, PUP USDC, PUP Matic, Matic USDC, and ETH USDC. In their pools, they're offering Bone, PUP, Matic, Quick, ETH, Bitcoin, Aave, DAI, USDT, and USDC. Listings, again, are on QuickChart, DexGuru, DappRadar, CoinGecko, CoinStats, and VFAT tools. All right, guys, let's take a look at their docs. If we head over to their doc page, it's a little light on information, but let's check out their roadmap and see what they've done. They've gotten all this accomplished, so I'll give them credit for that. And even this layer 2 farm launch is just about to start happening. We just took a look at their website. The next thing that they have scheduled to happen is a new dApp that will be released just prior to their layer 3, which will utilize PUP, and you'll see later it says, and Bone as a payment method. Let's take a look at the PUP token. As I said before, there were only going to be 31,000 PUP tokens minted. They have an emission rate of 0.05 PUPs per block. This project, like most, has a 4% deposit fee on anything that's not PUP related, 70% of which goes to the devs or is under their control or at their discretion, 30% of which will be used for buybacks and burns, with the exception of the Fish and Polydoge pool, which 100% of that deposit fee will be used for buybacks. Now, if you come over to their audit, the contract address that was audited, and you can read here at the bottom, it says TechRate was commissioned by PUP Token to perform the smart contract free quick security check and pass the first 4 security issues, which would be compiler errors, race conditions and reentrancy, delays in data delivery, and Oracle calls. However, smart contracts could contain security issues in the part that is not checked and in other smart contracts related to the project. So just to be clear, only these 4 things were checked on this specific contract address. Not all smart contracts and not even all aspects of the smart contracts have been checked yet. Now, I went into the Telegram and asked specifically about this, and I was told that a full TechRate smart contract audit is coming, but I wasn't given a specific date on that. Apparently, they're working on it behind the scenes, but just know that at this moment, there hasn't been a full audit yet. All right, guys, now let's take a look at the Bone Farm docs. Bone Farm. The website was launched already. Liquidity added to Bone USD and Bone Matic pools at this block. They're going to lock the liquidity. Listing on VFAT. Full tech rate audit. Farming at this block. Layer 3 farm launched prior to all the Bone tokens being minted. And the release of a new dApp that takes Bone as payment, just like the other one was going to take PUP as payment. Let's take a look at the Bone token. You can see there, it says again, there's 65,000 Bone tokens that will ever be minted, and the emission rate is 0.025 PUPs per block. I'm assuming they mean bones per block. Let's hit the deposit fee. Just like with Bone, 30% goes to buyback and burn, and 70% will be used for advertising, partnerships, infrastructure, and dev fee, aka it's all at the dev's discretion. They do say, however, dev will not sell a single Bone token. Also, post-launch, 100% of the deposit fees will be used for buyback/burns on new pools/farms added post-launch. Next, let's take a look at their Twitter, and yikes, 707 is pretty low for followers. You know, if you watch my channel, that I usually like there to be, hit that sweet spot 4,000 or 5,000 and above. This is really low. However, history has taught me that even having a lot of followers doesn't really mean anything. Case in point would be Carousel Finance. I just did a video about them, and they went to essentially zero in a snap. And they had, I think, over 7,000 followers. So it's not the end-all be-all, but it's just something that makes me feel a little bit more comfortable and confident about a project. I will say, however, that they do engage a lot on Twitter, and I like to see that people and the project are engaged and talking. Alright guys, next let's take a look at the PUP token on Polygon Scan. As you can see here, there are 1,259 different addresses that are holding the PUP token, and the vast majority of it seems to be in smart contracts or in this dead address. I believe this is the dev address holding 175 of the PUP token, with the next biggest wallet holding 74. So overall, the distribution seems pretty good. It doesn't seem like there's a whole bunch of whales just waiting to dump the price. Alright guys, my kind of final thoughts on this project. And just to remind you guys, anything I say here is never, ever financial advice. You should do your own research. All right, that's how you don't get wrecked. It's important. But when it comes to what I'm doing, I am probably going to test this project out. I support the fact that they did even this limited KYC with Rug Doctor. I want to encourage that type of behavior moving forward. I like that. It makes me feel a little bit more confident than I would be otherwise, because without that, I definitely would not be involved with this project at all. They haven't completed an audit yet. The smart contracts aren't audited. So without that KYC element, I would have had to take a step back. With it, I'm willing to give them a shot. Now, I'm not going to ape into this project. I'll probably end up putting a little bit of my extra fish or extra quick in the pools and earning a little bit, and then seeing and evaluating how this moves forward. And I'm kind of interested to see what happens once they finally hit their max supply and everything kind of switches over to this Bone token. So because I kind of want to go along for that ride, and I'm willing to go along for that ride, that's what I'm going to do. Let me know what you guys plan to do. Are you guys aping into PolyPup? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll talk about all the ways we're stacking more coins.